As always, I buy cars, as you know, and I have to have everything in lots of two, so another RX8. I was just about to lift it up to get started on it, and I thought I forgot to film and share with you guys, so righto, here we go. Start 3 nights ago, got a message from a young bloke over in Dalby, which is an hour or so that way. G'day mate, went to a mate's place yesterday next door, saw an RX8 in the driveway. She's a bit rough, thought of you, got a number for you, would you like to buy it? Can you check if it's a 6-speed? Gets back to me, and yes, it was a 6-speed. Okay, so 6-speed, 13B as they all are. It's, believe it or not, but it's another 40th anniversary car. Like, yeah, it's a bit rough. Like, it's good. I'm really happy with it. It's been hit in the back. Another tow company damaged the front of it. Come from up at Townsville. Now, the issue I'm having is it seems to be an electrical problem. I got it cheap enough that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it runs or not. I'm having trouble getting power to the starter. I'm having trouble getting power to wind the window up, and it's been raining here, that's why I haven't done any more of this stuff, but so it's all wet in there because I can't wind the window up. I get dash lights and it sounds like a couple of solenoids are starting to hit, but that is it. I've tried jumping the starter relay, that won't work. Don't know. This car come from Townsville. I don't know if Townsville went through floods. I can't see any flood damage, any lines that it's been underwater. I don't know. So what I was just doing then is putting the forklift here. I'm going to lift it up in the air, and I'm going to turn the ignition on, and I'm going to jump the starter across to see if the starter works and engages. Doing that might fix some electrical connection that's not working very well. Honestly, I just don't know. It does have an alarm system on it. That green plug was unplugged, so I don't know if it's got an immobilizer on it. But I'm going to try and jump the starter to start with, see if the motor's seized. An update on the other car. I bought a compression tester. You've probably seen the videos already, but yeah, there's no compression on the front rotor. I did find receipts to show that the motor had been rebuilt, but I don't know what's happened there. Just finding time now to work through. But anyway, yeah, at least this one here doesn't have hail damage, right? The other one does have hail damage. I end up with another set of this interior, maybe for the RX3 or the 808. See, it's got the inserts, so I can put that interior, make one good car out of the two. Honestly, I don't know at this stage. It's just a case of work through. So let's see if she's going to turn over, and we'll go from there. Righto. Now, the tow truck driver done a bit of damage to this thing when he loaded it. He ripped off the brace there. Looks like it's got an aftermarket exhaust on it, which is pretty cool. What else we got? I can't actually see anything else bad under here at this point. There's no big oil leaks. Gearbox seems to be fine. Engine is leaking less oil than my other one. And here's our starter. So we'll start with checking actuator wire and stuff like that. But that is pretty, sorry, we'll check with activator wire and things like that. And then we'll get this cover off. And yeah, but all in all, it looks to be okay under here. It hasn't had any big hits or anything that I can see so far. But yeah, this one's stock though. The other one had a lot of money spent on it. But yeah, righto. I'm gonna sort out this starter motor, and we'll go from there. Bear with me with the camera, guys. I'm trying to hold the camera, show you guys, and do it at the same time. Okay, so the activator wire, which is this one, which is this little one here. If you don't have that connected to your starter motor, there's no ignition, right? But that there is very, can you see that gunk all over it? That could be enough to be, because that's the activator wire, so that's the one that throws all your power. So I just don't know. But anyway, what we want to do is jump these two to see what happens. Right, so we've got power to the starter. Sometimes just doing that is enough to move the starter or whatever, and then the starter will work. But I honestly think that there's just so much gunk and schmegma in that plug there, because when I push that on, it's really sticky and not real flash. So I might have to go find some contact adhesive and clean that out. But yeah, so that worked. So we'll let this down. I will jump up and just hit the key, I suppose. It's probably easier than letting it down. So we've still got her up in the air. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath. This is going to work. But anyway, hang on. I'll let you know. Right, that was a no. It didn't work. So I'm going to play with the starter motor a little bit more. And then I can hear some relays clicking up the top. I'll go play with them a bit further. And then from there, I don't know, to be honest. I think it's got an immobiliser on it. And I don't have the other keypad. I have to search some wiring. I've got a pile of fuse boxes here. So I might sort through these and see if I can't find a main fuse the right size. But anyway, let's see what I can find. This one looks similar. I've just got to work out how to get that out and have a look from underneath to see if it is the same. I think it is. Nope. The search continues. I've done a Google search and Subaru apparently. So I've got a Liberty, the parts car for Nicole's car's out the front there. Let's go have a look at that. WRX is the same, but I'm not pulling apart the WRXs for a fuse. So let's go out the front and go shopping. Nice, there we go. 120 ampere right on top. You don't even have to pull it apart like in the Mazda. So let's get this one out and over to. You can see, but underneath the fuse box, this is the main fuse. That's the cover that goes over it, but there's just a crack right there where it's blown. Don't know if you can see that, but there you go. See the crack on this side here. So just got to replace that. Then hopefully we'll have some rotary action. I hope. We'll see how we go. Okay, that's easier to see now that it's broken. I don't think it was broken all the way through. I think it was still just touching underneath, and that's why I couldn't really work out that there was something blown. So I'm going to hook the battery up now, and then we're going to test to see if I have power to the other side, because that alarm didn't used to work. So we should have power to this side, which we do, and now there should be power to this side, which we do, because we didn't have power there before. So now, hopefully, let's check to see if the door locks and that work now. Yep, the door locks work now. They weren't working before. The driver's side window didn't work before. There we go, that's working, which means and the motor's rooted. Oh, just make sure it is turning over. I'm positive it is though. Yeah, no, she's blown up. Where's the alternator there? Hang on, I can't really see. Hang on, is the motor turning over? Oh no, motor's not turning over. Okay. Righto. Okay, we've fixed the first part of it. Now I've got to work out why it's not turning over at all. Okay, alright, on to the next bit I suppose. Using my brilliant powers of deduction, starter motor is rooted. So I'm going to grab the jump pack and we're going to put some extra amps to the battery and see if a little bit more amps will get it to throw out. If that doesn't work, I haven't got anyone here to help me pull start it. I reckon I can roll start the thing and just get it to run. Yeah, I don't know, a bit lost as you can tell, but just trying to work my way through. Bloody rotaries, they kick me ass every time, don't they? Bloody ridiculous, but yeah. But a big shout out to old mate over in Dalby, the young bloke that messaged me the other night. Thank you, I really appreciate it, putting me onto something, and yeah, hopefully we can get it going. So yeah, either way I'm happy. Like I've got bits and pieces to complete not complete, but get 2 other cars sorted. So anyway, hook this up, see if that works. If that doesn't work, then we will try and roll start it. I can't do it by myself though, so yeah, I'll find someone. Righto, so here we go. We'll go 2nd gear, ignition on, and let's see what she's going to do, guys. I've got all our dash lights and everything on, so the ignition's on. Look at that Liberty, what a beast. So in theory, look at those earthworks, some pros done that. Wait till we get out on the road a bit, I suppose, and see what she's going to do. Alright. You beauty! She fired straight up and it runs like a gem. You beauty. Look at that oil pressure. Oh, battery's going flat. Mint. Probably should have checked the oil and water first, but we'll take it for a strap. I think he's undoing me now. Hang on a sec. Yep, I'm in love. This thing is a beast. Beast! How good is that? I'm stoked. Runs, man. Just done big fishies up there in the dirt. Couldn't hold the camera at the same time, but yeah, very happy. Righto. Number 2 is in on the hoist. We're going to weld up that ring gear. We'll get this up in the air and I'll show you what it's actually doing with the ring gear spinning, and then we'll probably measure out 120mm spaces and then give it a 10mm tack all the way around, and then she should start. Just roll started it again and she was good. Threw a heap of check engine lights, but I'd say that's because we roll started it. Anyway, righto, so you'll see here, guys, see the ring gear's moving, but the clutch isn't moving. So that little pin off to the side here is your actual clutch. And then as he puts a screwdriver in there, the ring gear's sliding around on the flywheel. So yeah, we're gonna have to get in there and weld her up. Yeah, just weld that ring gear back to it. Normally, a ring gear would get heated and dropped over the top, and then the heat it'd cool and it'd press onto the flywheel. This will wreck the flywheel, and because the flywheel's made of a harder steel than the ring gear perhaps, it may crack out welds, but I don't want to pull the gearbox out, so we'll do this time. And then I'm not selling the car to anyone, so I don't care. If I was selling it to someone, the gearbox would have to come out, but because it's just getting repaired for me to use for now, and it'll, yeah, anyway, you get it. Righto, so I didn't show you the welds on that because welding cast spring steel in that little hole wasn't my finest hour, but anyway, that's done. He's going to hit the key. Real beauty. Well, that worked. It didn't sound like it was running too out of, it didn't sound great, like it was slightly out of true, but it starts off the key now, flywheel works. I don't have a lot of faith in that flywheel because different grades of steel, I don't know how much you guys know about steel, but like welding cast steel, you've got to preheat it, weld it, and then a lot of times it'll crack next to the weld again. And welding spring steel is worse again, but that was spring steel on the bit with the teeth and then cast for the flywheel. I've welded it at each piece that I could, but at the same time, it wasn't my finest hour, I can tell you that. But anyway, it's working, which is great, and it sounds like there's no air cleaner in that airbox. So, righto, we're going to go through and get this boot open somehow and see how much damage is in the back now. It looks to me like both rear quarters are still straight. Right, as you can see, they're still straight. The boot lid is obviously bent there, which is where the lock is, and it's hit there. So I'm hoping it hasn't gone through to the frame. The rest of the body's not too bad. So, yeah, we've just got to go through now and clean out the syringes, and yeah. Righto, so the back bar's come off and it's a bit worse than what we thought it was going to be. You can see she's in, but we'll just set up a jack in here with some thingos and he'll jack it out while we watch it slowly come out. The problem what we've had is trying to get the boot lock to line up, but that's actually coming out quite nicely.
That's it, mate, we've got to readjust.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll just work our way along, push all that out, make sure the boot lock lines up again. We had to unscrew the actual latch to get it to open, but it'll all line up. Once that pushes out, it'll bring the tail light back in and it'll be fine. It's a shame that's ripped, but that's what you get when you buy a cheap RX8. Anyway. Righto, so the wheels are on. It looks like we're going to clear on the back. There's enough, yeah. Alright, if you want to put that out behind the jag, man. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's going to be good. Yeah, it looks like the offset's going to be just perfect. Get on the other side. Plenty of room, man. Yeah, I don't mind the wheels. They looked a bit big when it was sitting on the hoist, but it's going to be good. Righto, we're getting that in today to get the motor out.